Hey guys, Chris with Fort Park Property Management coming at you, talking to you today about the interim budget. So what is the interim budget and why should you pay attention to this? This is for anyone buying into a new condo development, into a new strata, maybe at a pre-sale or something like that. So the interim budget is basically a developer's budget. It's a budget that's put forth by the development company. It's going to make up part of your disclosure statement, which would be incorporated with your the paperwork when you buy a new property. And it's basically a budget that is in effect until your first AGM. So your AGM won't take place until after a bunch of the units have been conveyed, like 50% of the units have been conveyed. And it basically takes place from right after the first sale of the first unit happens to when that AGM takes place and a new budget gets put into force. So very often these budgets are not realistic at all. They are, very often designed by the developer or maybe a realtor to try and entice pre-sales to sell as many units as possible. And so just take them with a grain of salt. They're useful and they're good to know, but they are not realistic. And if you bank on those budgets, if you think that budget is going to be accurate at all when you're actually go to have your initial AGM or as you get into the strata life, you are sorely mistaken. So don't get caught up in the fact that, oh, look at this. I'm going to buy into this building because the strata fees are only $300 as opposed to this exact same building down the street where the strata fees are $400 or $500 a month. Don't use that mentality. It's just smoke and mirrors. It's a sham. It is not reality. Those developer budgets, those interim budgets are not realistic. And the government has put in measures in place to see if they are too understated by the developer, then they have to pay into the strata corporation, pay some penalties. But don't let that be your deciding factor when you buy a new condo development just because the strata fees are low and deep down they shouldn't be that low. They're not budgeting for certain things. Maybe there's no budget for maintenance or snow removal or landscaping, and you can see that there's trees all over the property. Just be realistic. Ask the sales agent about that. They're not going to probably tell you anything, but just keep in mind that those $300 fees are probably going to be $600 within 3 years. So don't base your entire thought process around that or your entire budget around that. Hope that helps a little bit. Comment below if you've run into this before, and feel free to reach out to us at fortpark.ca at any time.